So with it being over 3 years since the tragic passing of Nipsey Hussle, many fans are wondering how come an album hasn't dropped yet, or is there even an album that's even gonna come out? Cause usually when a popular music artist passes away, typically within that same year a posthumous album comes out. But in the case of Mac Miller, that didn't happen when his team decided to drop the Circles album, which became the staple of how posthumous albums should be, and it was received well commercially and critically by his fan base. And if anything, that project helped sustain his legacy. Now in the case of Nipsey Hussle, details about his next posthumous album has been scarce, with very little to any updates about his project coming out anytime soon. But we did get some confirmation back in 2020 by one of Nipsey's closest friends, Jay Stone, that a posthumous album by Nipsey's estate will come out.
In your estimation, like how much Nipsey versus records that are, you know, on hard drive somewhere that we haven't heard yet?
Hey man,
A lot.
it's so much music this nigga done did, bro. Like you wouldn't even imagine, bro. It's shit that I haven't even heard. When I thought I heard everything, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Is there have you heard any like plans? 'Cause obviously Pop Smoke passed, and we got a crazy album from him after he died, and I think that, you know, a lot of Nipsey fans are like, I wonder if we're gonna get one more Nipsey project. And I know it's not gonna be as cohesive because, you know, he's not here to. If it were to happen, he's not here. It's going to take a lot of production. It's going to take a lot of, you know. Is that something that's been discussed?
It's going to definitely be another Nip album. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
You got to take time with that though,
it's all
man.
money in, so you know we ain't gonna put out nothing Mickey or do it just
Exactly.
because, you feel what I'm saying?
You guys-
I feel like you know what I'm saying. Rest in peace of Pac. I feel like if they would have held on to his music a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, and put it out the right way, it would have been received different.
So as we all heard, Nipsey had hundreds and hundreds of unreleased songs in the vault, and that's not really a surprise since we got a handful of features since Nipsey's passing. Not to mention in July 2021, Nipsey would be on the Collab Posthumous EP mixtape, which had some of his fans excited for it, but for the most part, majority of his fan base were still wanting a solo Nipsey album. Now earlier last year in February 2021, Stickman would reveal that he had a conversation with Nipsey Hussle, and in that conversation he was doing a 3-album theme. We had an hour-long conversation about what we had been trying to do up to that point as an independent artist, and how he wanted his situation to be with Atlantic. He had made it to some certain personal goal he had. What he wanted to talk to me about was his 3-album mission. Stickman went on to explain Hussle's alleged 3-album plan to fulfill his contract with Atlantic Records. This included Victory Lap, a follow-up album, and a final album titled The Spook Who Sat by the Door, getting its title from a 1969 Sam Green novel of the same name.
I had a conversation with Nipsey Hussle before he passed, right? Like maybe like not even a year before he passed, and he had called and he was. In fact, it was a little more than that because he had just solidified his deal with Atlantic.
Okay.
And he hit me on the ground, right? And was like, you know, I'm trying to get in touch with you, whatever. I'm like, oh, Nip, you know what I mean? Boom. So
Wow.
I had met him before. And you know what I mean, through a mutual friend, my buddy Zaid Malik. But anyway, he was like, I want to get in touch. So I hit him up and we got on the jack, right? And we had this like hour-long conversation about what he had been trying to do up to that point, with, you know, as an independent, and how he wanted his situation to be with Atlantic, and that he had made it to the certain personal goals he had. So
Right.
that he could partner, right? So, and so what he wanted to talk to me about though was his 3-album mission, which was to do Victory Lap. He was going to do another album, and then his final one that he would owe Atlantic would be this final album called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Right.
So with that now being revealed, we all know that Nipsey Hussle, he was working on at least 2 projects prior to his death, and nobody can really confirm if he even finished those projects or not, but considering how long it's taken, more than likely he didn't. Now I will say a reason why I think his team is taking so long to drop an album is because they wanted to feel like a Nipsey Hussle album, not just songs thrown together like a random mixtape or something, but a cohesive theme and body of work that will stand the test of time. And with Mac Miller's team taking their time to drop a posthumous album, it seems like Nipsey's team is trying to follow the same footsteps. And like I said earlier, Nipsey's been on a lot of featured songs since he passed, and I've personally enjoyed a lot of them, but I'm ready for a next Nipsey album cause it's starting to get long overdue. And it seems like to me his team is more so focused on his clothing brand, where if you go to his Instagram page, that's all they're promoting. And this isn't me being mad or upset about it, cause all they're just doing is trying to continue his legacy, but I feel like the anticipation for his project is slowly dying out, or his team really even acknowledging that he got a posthumous album coming out. I just hope whatever they're doing it the right way and the way Nipsey wanted it. Rest in peace Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues. But these are my thoughts and opinions on this whole situation right here. Be sure to leave yours in the comment section down below. And even though it's been 3 years since the passing of Nipsey Hussle, are you still anticipating an album by him? Or you just moved on since it's been so long since he dropped his last project? Be sure to leave your opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Have a nice day.